we get seized in the moment of an invitation like this, all we want to do is just push the gas pedal down and move forward. At this point, it's very, very hard to hit the brakes and to turn around. I want to say to you, if you wisely stay off of this path, this won't happen to you very often. If you're bald like me, maybe never. But it is possible. It's possible that an invitation like this could come and ambush us all. You know, Genesis 4 says this, quote, "Sin is crouching at your door, desiring to have you." What do we do at this point? When temptation comes your way to this extreme, there is something that you have to do. This is true of any type of extreme temptation. You must re-engage the rational part of your brain. You quit thinking about consequences when the limbic system takes over. And in order to re-engage the non-compulsive part of you, you have to stop and think about the consequences of what you are considering. You can only escape at this point by stopping and forcing yourself to think of what will happen if you go through that door. Think of the consequences to your faith. Think of the consequences to your family. Think of the consequences to your own well-being. Notice what the woman in temptation says. My husband won't come home. You see, the voice of temptation will always tell you there won't be any consequences. You can get away with it. The consequences get minimized. No one's going to get caught. No one will know. Don't worry about consequences. But friends, if you go through that door, there are tremendous consequences. Do you know that there are psychological and emotional consequences to going through that door? I could share tons about this. There's a whole research book on it by sociologist Mark Rigneris, where they pull all these studies together that show the emotional impact on men and women who engage sexually outside of marriage is very significant. I'll give you just one statistic from it. Girls with multiple sex partners in the studies were 11 times more likely than virgins to report elevated depression symptoms. No one talks about this kind of stuff, but the research is showing that sexual activity is not a harmless physical act that contains no psychological or emotional consequences.